Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2016 mid-month readings. Remember to check your rising and your moon sign as well, as these are general readings, and of course, they're not going to apply or resonate the same for everyone who watches because there's so many of you watching, and everyone has different things going on in their lives. You may find that each of your three signs may resonate predictably for you in different areas of your life, as I do, so make sure to check all three. Thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. Your love and support and feedback is most welcome and greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for that. And as I always say, keep those comments coming. You guys are great with the feedback. Both the ones that you put directly on the video comment page and the ones that some of you send directly to my email. I really love hearing how the readings resonate for you predictably and what's going on in your lives and playing out in your own stories. So keep those up. I enjoy reading those very much. And even though I, of course, don't have the time to respond to each and every one of them, I do read all of them. So don't stop. A special thank you also, always, to those of you who keep me so occupied with personal readings. It is an honor, it is a pleasure always, and I thank you for the trust that you place in me to intuit and interpret the cards for you. And thank you to my clients for consistently keeping me updated on how those readings resonate predictably for you moving forward. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, and that will give you a little more information and detail on myself, the services I offer, and my contact information. And you can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I do readings full time, so I'm pretty good at getting back with you quickly and setting up a reading in a pretty timely fashion. Uh, I'm always asked about turnaround time, and it's anywhere from 1 to 4 or 5 days, but almost always within a week, depending on rescheduling, time availability, and time zone coordination as well. So if you're interested, send me an email. I would be delighted to work with you. So moving right along, let's get into this. This reading is for Virgo for July 2016. Virgo, July 2016. God, Spirit, Angels, Guides, show me the energies for the Earth sign of Virgo for July 2016 mid-month. What does the remainder of July hold for Virgo? Okay. We begin with the Three of Cups, followed by the Nine of Swords, the Tower, followed by the Eight of Swords, the Star card, followed by the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. And from the bottom of the deck, your crowning card representing overall energy and feeling is the Hierophant. Interesting and somewhat complex, Virgo. Let's just take a look. Okay, let's begin. Really fascinating layout of cards for you, Virgo. I feel like you guys are really stressed out about something, really worried about something. And I think that worry, it's almost as if you're anticipating something bad happening, or your stress and anxiety is about being afraid something really bad's going to happen, being really a lot of mental stress, anxiety, and worry about something. And I feel like that something is a relationship, making a commitment to some kind, to a relationship, an ideal, committing to a group of people, taking something, making a deeper commitment to something or someone. I'm going to actually start with your crowning card, which I usually end with, but I'm going to start with the crowning card, well, because I just feel led to. So, your crowning card is the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is a major arcana card, fingers of the divine, as I like to call them, because they do refer to those divine energies of God, spirit, angels, guides, coming in to advise us, lead us, guide us, help orchestrate things, and sometimes help remove situations or people from our lives when we're unable or unwilling to do so. The Hierophant represents tradition, convention, walking the expected path, doing the prescribed thing. It can represent organized religions, churches, institutions, large corporations, large established businesses, groups of people belonging to a group of people where everybody's just kind of together doing the same thing, doing the expected thing, crossing your T's, dotting your I's. It's neither a positive nor a negative card. It's just a card of being aware of this. It's kind of spiritual, but not. Again, it's not really considered a positive or a negative card, or I don't ever really interpret it that way. But, of course, depending on the reading and the cards surrounding it, it could represent being stagnant, feeling trapped in something. But in the upright position, it's just what it is. In relationships, this can represent, and even outside of relationships, it can represent being more committed to something, taking a relationship to a next level, committing more fully to a belief system, an ideal, a religion, etc. Taking something to a deeper level, committing more fully to something. Can also represent marriage as well. There is a certain sacrifice of individuality that goes along with the Hierophant card, but the payout is getting to belonging to a group of people or feeling like you belong, which is the payout for somewhat of a sense of sacrifice of individuality. This is a crowning card and crowning energy over your reading. And I feel like it's about committing more fully to something or someone, taking your current level of commitment to something or someone to a deeper level. And I feel like this is causing a great deal of stress and anxiety. For some of you, although I don't think it's a lot of you, but for some of you, it's about marriage. Some of you may be engaged. Have committed to getting married. Maybe the marriage is coming up quicker than you anticipated and you're really stressed out about it. You have a lot of fears and anxieties about it. So let's move on with the rest of the reading. So that's your overall crowning feeling. Convention, tradition. I think it's about, again, taking something to a deeper level, committing more fully to something. And it could also represent in business and career, accepting more responsibility in your job, accepting a promotion, which comes with, of course, some nice stuff, but it also implies increased responsibility. And you're not, a lot of your stress, anxiety, and worry is that you're not sure if there's some self doubt. You're not sure if you're cut out for it, if you're going to just fall flat on your face, etc. So we find ourselves at the middle of July 2016, Virgo, with the Three of Cups, followed by the Nine of Swords. So the Three of Cups. Cups is governed by the element of, I'm sorry about the glare. Cups is governed by the element of water, and the suit of cups is all about that watery, fluid world of our emotions and feelings. It can also represent love and relationships, all different kinds of relationships. And the Three of Cups is a card. It can be a card of celebration, events, parties. There's a strong social theme to the Three of Cups. It's about being with a group of people that you're really enjoying yourself with, that you feel comfortable and authentic with, whose company you really enjoy. You don't feel like you have to put on a facade or be fake. It's just being able to be yourself in this group of people, and enjoying that, enjoying your time with people, this group of people. It's also about taking the time to acknowledge and feel gratitude for all the blessings in your life, both the small one and the big ones. And it can also represent celebrating something specific. And it's interesting too that Hierophant also represents in addition to committing more fully to something or someone, can represent to a large group of people or a group of people. And so does the Three of Cups as well. There is a strong social theme to it, but it's accompanied by the Nine of Swords. A lot of stress, anxiety, and worry somehow about this. So Swords is governed by the element of air. And so the suit of swords is all about that airy, intangible world of what goes on up here in our heads: ideas, words, thoughts, mental outlooks, perspectives, belief systems. It's all about how we think and how we look at things. And the Nine of Swords, as is clearly um, demonstrated by the artwork on this card, is a card of stress, anxiety, worry. You can see this woman is sitting up in her bed. The moon is risen high in the sky outside. It's late. Everybody else is probably asleep, but she's not. Why? Because all of her mental and emotional focus is completely, she's consumed with whatever the source of her worry is. It could be one specific thing as represented by these nine swords, or a variety of things, circular thoughts going around and around. She can't sleep, keeping her up at night, unable to function or unable to function well. Now, the Nine of Swords card can be kind of tricky and a little sneaky. It's often an illusionary card, meaning not that the source of your stress and anxiety and worry isn't valid or might not be valid, but this is a card of often of working things up in your head to be much bigger, much worse, much more frightful and fearful than is actually reflected in your actual external environment. Working things up bigger in your head than they really are. You can see that there's an owl sitting on the windowsill by this woman. It's very close to her. In fact, if she just turned her head, she could see it. It's almost close enough for her to reach out and touch. Now, owls, like everything on a tarot card, I mean, you could spend 20 hours on one tarot card or more. Everything on a tarot card, no matter how cute or beautiful or weird or strange it might be, every single thing on a tarot card means something, has a symbolism. And owls are one of those universal symbols of wisdom, truth, insight, clarity. Even in that the storybook tales of Winnie the Pooh, whenever with the rest of the animals had a question they couldn't answer, or a problem, they always sought out wise Mr. Owl, because he always had the answer to things. Even when he didn't have the answer, he had the answer. So this owl implies that there is a solution somewhere. There is a fix, a piece of insight, wisdom, clarity, something that can be gained. But she's not noticing the owl because she's not looking at it, because she's completely obsessed, completely focused on whatever the source of her worry, stress, and anxiety is. So, what does this mean paired with the Three of Cups for you, Virgo? Somewhere around the middle of this month, which is basically right around now. I am recording this on the 12th, and it could be, energy that's kind of been through the first half of July as well, time being fluid. You're stressed out. Some of you, of course, this is going to play out differently as it always does. Some of you are really, really worried about something that's coming up. Some of you, this is going to be, you're worried about an event that's coming up. You're worried about, because that Three of Cups can represent an actual celebration. For some of you, again, I'm getting marriage. There's a wedding coming up, marriage. You're afraid to take this to the next level. Maybe you're getting cold feet or having second thoughts. And the closer it gets, the more stressed out and worried you are. Some of you have made a deeper commitment, or verbally promised to make a deeper commitment to something. It could be someone in a relationship. Um, it could be in spirituality. It could be a church. Perhaps you've made the decision to convert, or you've verbally made a promise to take something to the next level. In business, career, and jobs, some of you may have just agreed to take on more responsibilities, or you've been moved into a different position and you're afraid you're not going to be able to cut it. Um, Again, it feels like something is upcoming, and you have a lot of fear, stress, anxiety, and worry about it. That Three of Cups can sometimes represent a reunion too, reuniting with somebody perhaps from your past. And again, there's a lot of stress, anxiety, and worry about it. The Three of Cups does have that strong social theme to it, and so does the Hierophant. It does represent a group of people. You may have a lot of fears and insecurity, perhaps some self-doubt and insecurity issues about whether or not you're going to fit in with a group of people. Are they going to really like you? Are you going to be able to feel comfortable with this? However it plays out for you specifically, Virgo, depending on who's watching, it's about joining, it's about committing more to something, and you're stressed out about it. Really, really stressed out about it because this Nine of Swords, I mean, this is I mean, it's the 9, so it's a tremendous amount of stress, anxiety, and worry, but a great deal of this is illusionary, Virgo. Remember, I feel like you guys have got something just kind of torqued up in your head, and the more you think about it and the more it spins around and around in your head, the bigger it gets, the worse it gets. It's like you're so afraid something bad is going to happen. It's almost as if you're anticipating it. So stop that. You don't need to. It's 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 not actually reflected in your external environment. In fact, the advice is saying quite the opposite. But it's like the first two sets of cards are all about this worry and fear that you have. It's like somewhere around the second or third week of July, it's just this tremendous sense of worry about this thing, this relationship, this commitment, this group of people, this new responsibility, this new commitment. So next to that, we have another set of cards. Huge, huge worry. We have the major arcana card of the Tower paired with the Eight of Swords. Virgo, you guys have to calm down and stop letting this completely consume you, this fear, this stress. You're going to make yourself sick. So the Tower, another major arcana card. This represents something coming in from outside, something external which you have no control over, something completely unexpected, out of the blue, coming in to destroy something, annihilate something, lay waste to something, something that you thought was stable, secure, positive, etc. Something you thought was going to last. You can see this man's tower, which has been his home, which he thought was stable and secure. It's built out of bricks, has been destroyed by this unexpected, out of the blue bolt of lightning that's come out, completely destroyed his castle, and he's falling out of the window completely naked, which implies a certain unexpectedness and a certain high level of vulnerability as well. And it's completely destroyed that which he thought was secure and was going to last, and it's out of his control. Now, the key to understanding and utilizing the energies of the tarot card when it happens actually for real in real life is that it's a matter of perspective, kind of like the Wheel of Fortune, which is always turning, which you also have in this reading. Um, sometimes often we're presented when there's a situation or a relationship in our life. That absolutely does not belong there anymore. It's served its purpose, or it's no longer serving us, or it's harmful for us. We're often presented with a variety of opportunities to disengage from it, to remove it from our lives. And if we are unable or unwilling to do that for whatever reason, the universe at some point will step in and go, okay, well, we've given you multiple opportunities, so we're going to come in. And it usually happens in this unexpected way, and it completely annihilates whatever it is. And the energies of the tower are often viewed as negative because it often it often represents the removal of something that we're attached to, even if it's not good for us anymore. But the key to moving through the energies of the tower is to understand that the wheel is always turning, life is very fluid, and this thing that does not belong in our lives anymore, the situation or relationship or whatever, needs to go so that something beautiful, solid, and truly foundational can be built in its place. And understanding that and accepting that helps us move through the energies and the circumstances of the tower a little bit easier and a whole lot quicker than if we fight it every step of the way. However, um, in this case, Virgo, I feel like this is something you're fearing is going to happen, which actually hasn't happened yet. But there's all this stress about something bad happening, or it's just this. I'm just getting this almost nameless, faceless, big ball of fear kind of feeling inside of my chest that I think for a lot of you, some of you, this is an actual something that may have happened or that you see coming that's inevitable that you're stressed out about. But I think for the majority of you, And again, you guys are going to have to give me feedback on what this is. This is something that you're afraid is going to happen, but that you're almost like you're giving it energy. You're anticipating it's going to happen, and that something bad's going to happen. That everything is going to fall apart around whatever this is. You're going to have to let me know how this resonates for you guys specifically. But it's something that hasn't happened yet, and but you're afraid is going to happen, and it's connected with this deeper level of again taking something to the next level, committing more deeply to something, getting married, converting, joining a church, accepting a new job, accepting increased responsibilities, making a promise to someone or something or a situation or a new belief system, joining a group of people, and you're just so worried that everything's going to fall apart. That Tower card is attached to is accompanied by the Eight of Swords. Again, it's like you have the Eight of and Nine of Swords sitting next to each other. Stress, anxiety, worry, feeling trapped. The Eight of Swords is about feeling held hostage, feeling trapped. But again, like that Nine of Swords, it's illusionary. You're not really trapped. You're worried about something which hasn't happened yet. Stress, insecurity. I can't do this. I know I can't. It's going to fall apart. It's just, I can't commit to this. I can't. I can't. I'm trapped. There's nothing I can do. Again, this is an illusionary card. The energy is illusionary. It's not reality based. You can see this woman is encircled by this circle of swords, completely hemmed in by them. However, the gaps between these swords are plenty wide enough for her to just walk right through. She could get up and walk right through and away from whatever these swords represent. Whatever the source of this anxiety, worry, insecurities, fears are attached to that tower card. She's on her knees, which implies victim, vulnerability, helplessness. Again, like that tower card, for a lot of you, this is extreme fear, like bordering on paranoia. I just know everything's going to fall apart. She's chained up at the wrist. She's bound by these chains. However, nobody's pushing her on her knees. Nobody's keeping her there. These chains, which she's bound by, are not attached to anything and nobody's holding on to them. With a simple twist of her wrist, those chains could fall off. She's blindfolded, which implies that she doesn't know what to do. She can't. The whole general feeling of the Eight of Swords is being held hostage, feeling trapped, feeling powerless, unable to take control of your own life, to have control of your own life. But it is illusionary. You can free yourself from this, and it is easier than you think. That little owl on the windowsill, it is right there. It is not, this energy is not, I think, for most of you, reality based, but it's just this huge fear and stress and worry about, again, whatever this is. You'll have to tell me. You'll have to let me know because I am quite curious. And then the energy shifts and the universe comes in and says, calm down, take a deep breath, have hope, have faith. It's going to be okay. Right next to that, we have one of my favorite tarot cards, the Star, beautiful card, followed by the Queen of Cups, lovely, soft, nurturing, spiritual, open energy. The Star card, major arcana card. You actually have one, two, three, four major arcana cards, just about half. So significant, profound. The Star card is a card of hope, of faith. It can be considered a wish fulfillment card. It's a yes card. Everything's fine. There's a beautiful, bright path and future laid out in front of you. It's all about divine timing and orchestration, and you need to trust in that. Do what's in front of you to do. The universe will meet you the rest of the way. It's all taken care of. It's okay. Trust in that. Have hope and faith in the promise and potential of a bright path and a bright future, and stop pouring all of your energy into the negative and these fears and doubts and insecurities you have about everything falling apart, because the Star card says it's okay. It's going to work out just fine. Do what's in front of you to do the steps that are laid out in front of you, and the rest is going to be okay. You have to better than okay, beautiful. You can see that this woman, the woman on this picture, she's kneeling down in the water on the edge of this lake, bare-breasted, implying a certain sense of unashamedness, total self-acceptance. She's pouring her pictures out into the lake, completely emptying them out. She's not afraid to do so. She's doing it with perfect faith and perfect confidence that her pictures will be refilled because the source is limitless and is always there. Hope and faith in God, spirit, angels, guides, whatever your connection to source is, want you to have love and joy and happiness in your life. So again, allow your intuition to lead you. Trust in your connection to source. Trust that there's a beautiful path laid out in front of you. Um, these insecurities and worries and fears and stresses, I mean, the foundation for them may have some validity, but you've got it really, really worked up to be bigger in your head than it ever could be, Virgo. This is a card that says, calm down, hope and faith. It's going to be okay. It's going to be beautiful. In the end, it's going to work out to be exactly what it needs to be for you. And trust in that. And it's echoed again by the accompanying card to the star, which is the Queen of Cups. Again, that emotions, feelings, relationships suit. The Queen of Cups, this is somebody who's in control of her emotions, which you need to work on a little bit. Seems a challenge for you, Virgo, for the remainder of July 2016. She's a queen. So queens and kings represent individuals and energies that have reached the mastery of their suit. She's reached the mastery of her suit, which is cups, which is all about emotions and feelings. She's emotionally grounded, balanced, in tune, and in touch with her emotions, but she's not a slave to her emotions. This is somebody nurturing, loving, great source of support, love, feedback, always knows the right thing to say. She's also very spiritual, very intuitive. She trusts, again, she is the physical embodiment of the energy of the star card. She has faith and confidence in her intuition, in her source, her connection to source, knowing that. As long as she does what's in front of her to do, the rest is divine timing and orchestration, and it's going to be whatever is best for her evolution and love and happiness and peace of mind. She trusts in that. For some of you, this can also represent an actual specific person, and their sun, moon, or rising sign would likely be water, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, who's helping you have hope and faith, who's a source of support throughout all of these stresses and insecurities and anxieties that you're experiencing right now. For some of you, this is going to be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, likely a woman, not necessarily, but likely a woman who's a great source of support and hope and faith for you in helping you deal with this. And the energy again accompanied with the star card is about trusting in your intuition, being open to the energies of your connection to source, and trusting in that everything is not going to fall apart. It's going to be just fine. Take a deep breath. It's okay. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. Now, at or towards the end of the month, something beautiful looks like is going to be happening. We have the Knight of Wands paired with the Wheel of Fortune, both in the upright position. So the Knight of Wands. Wands is governed by fire primarily and air secondarily. Very dynamic combination, fire and air. So the suit of Wands is all about change, movement, action, power, forward momentum. It's an active, action-oriented suit. The suit of Wands is all about that creative, passionate energy that leads us to create, to manifest, to take our dreams and ideas and goals and put the action behind them to begin to manifest them, to begin to turn them into reality. That's what the energy of the suit of wands is all about. It's very forward moving. And knights are the ones that come charging in. In the evolution of the court cards, we all kind of begin as pages. Pages are the youngest and least mature of the court cards. They're the dreamers, the ones that birth the ideas, conceive the ideas, they come up with things. And then the knights come charging in, still spontaneous, still impulsive, but a little more mature than the pages. They've evolved a little bit more on the path of life. The knights come charging in and they begin to put the action behind the ideas and dreams to turn them into reality. And then the queens come in with their and fertilize, sustain, feed, grow, take care of, nurture. And then the kings kind of come in and put the finishing touches on it, tighten things up, cross the T's, dot the I's, and make sure everything is okay and safe. So the knights usually are associated with a fair amount of speed too, because they are, kind of charging right in, particularly the Knight of Wands, because it's fire, fire and air. But when you see knights in the upright position, particularly, it represents something being brought to you, an offering being made. And what would the Knight of Wands be bringing or offering? Something that comes with a great deal of energy, enthusiastic, creativity, inspiration. This is something that fires you up. And I can't really say what it is because it's accompanied by the Wheel of Fortune, but I feel like it's something really unexpected and really beneficial, like a blessing, unexpected out of the blue, an unexpected stroke of good luck, of good fortune, somebody bringing you that. And it could be an actual individual who's bringing this or offering this wonderful, unexpected stroke of good luck. And in that case, it could be a fire sign, primarily Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or secondarily an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but I always get more of a fire sign. So it could be an actual fire sign, sun, moon, or rising, that at or towards the end of July 2016, Virgo, brings you or offers you something very action oriented, just something that inspires you. It makes you very happy. It's very exciting, and it just comes out of nowhere. It's kind of unexpected, out of the blue. But it's like good fortune, good luck, because that Wheel of Fortune is in the upright position. The wheel is always turning. It's a lot like the Tower card, the Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes it appears to be on the upswing, sometimes it appears to be on the downswing. The key to understanding and moving through it is to know that it's always turning, and your perspective is key to moving through those energies, positive or negative feeling, quicker and easier. But it looks like something exciting happening at the end of July 2016. So please keep me updated. And Virgo, again, chill out. Stop feeding all this negative high level energy of stress, anxiety, worry that everything's going to fall apart, that what you're committing to isn't going to work, that you can't cut it, that somehow something bad's going to happen because it always does. You're trapped, you're held hostage. It's not true. Have hope and faith that everything's going to work out just fine, because that's what the universe wants for you anyway. Do the steps. I mean, you do the work that's in front of you to do, and then everything else is divine timing and orchestration. And keep an eye out at the end of the month for that energy of the Wheel of Fortune coming in. And don't forget to let me know what it is. Remember, your crowning card was the Hierophant. For a lot of you, the source of this stress and worry, it has to do with a group of people, or committing to a group of people, or committing to perhaps a new belief system or a new religion. Again, relationship, taking it to the next level, getting married, whether it's you that was asked to be married and you said yes, or you're the one that asked somebody to get married and you're just like, oh my gosh, now I'm terrified. However it resonates for you, I'm sure you'll update me and give me feedback. At least the majority of your fear and stress and anxiety is unfounded. And the universe is clearly telling you to relax, have hope and faith that your path, your future is bright and full of potential. And again, something exciting is coming to you at or towards the end of July 2016, maybe a little bit at the beginning of August. So let me know what that is. So, Virgo, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope it has brought you some wisdom and insight, given you some food for thought, and that at least you found it somewhat useful. So, when you start feeling caught up in those negative energies, remember this video and take a step back, take a deep breath, go walk in the woods, take a bubble bath, drink a bottle of wine, whatever you need to do to pull yourself out of this. And remember that God's spirit, your angels, guides love you, want the best for you, and have trust in that, have hope and faith in that. Virgo, thank you very much for watching this video. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal reading with me, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, and you can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. Personal readings are my favorite things. And I will see all of you in a couple of weeks for the August 2016 general readings. And until then, as always, Virgo, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.